I am really glad to introduce you our final speaker, Dr. Penelope Shihab. She will do a speech at the closing conference with the title Successful Entrepreneurship, Perseverance, Self-Demanding Effort and Risk. Penelope Shihab is director and founder of Royal Therapeutics Limited, CEO and founder of Monojo, Skynu, Columbia Biotech USA, and of the Applied Scientific Research Fund, ASRF. She's a dynamic Jordanian entrepreneur who has successfully founded and led a biotech SME in Jordan. With one cosmetic line in the market, she has an extensive experience in launching, directing, planning, tracking, and managing companies. She has proven ability in leading teams and managing companies in fast-changing environments, and she won the WS Emerging Entrepreneur of the Year, Jordan Award, and ranked 16th in the world's 100 most influential Arabs 2017 list in Arabian business. She aims to increase innovative biotech and scientific research awareness in Jordan and the Middle East and influence women and young professionals all around the world to become leading entrepreneurs and business leaders.
Yeah. Hi, good afternoon. I don't know if the voice is okay for you, and I don't think it's a nice timing to. Oh yeah, this is. To talk in science and technical issues by the end of the day, but I want to leave you with a story, and I will just talk to you about my journey, how I started my company, what is the environment there in Jordan and the Middle East in general for entrepreneurship, where we are today and why I'm here. So let's start. I will make it enjoyable and short, so don't worry. Innovation and women's in general in entrepreneurship, it's not common in the Arab world. So you can't see lots of girls going to that sector or trying to be there, but we're encouraging them to start, and I'm trying to be the example that we can do things. This is not working. Yeah, thank you. And this is one of my most famous quotes all over the world, and I speak everywhere. The most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why, and I will tell you now why this is important for me, because I was born in the Christmas day in Bethlehem. So this is like something I consider it as blessing. In Palestine, under occupation, under intifada, under this terrible situation, it's not easy for a kid to grow up and dream. Especially when you feel that you will die in any way, in any time, in any situation. So you'll always sometimes keep dreaming to stay to the next day. But the only way I learned in my country to get out of this all is science. Because science knows no country. Because knowledge belongs to humanity. And it's the torch which illuminates the world. And I think we're very global people here. We're from everywhere, and you all agree to that. So I started my career by working at this company. It's called DACO. I did cancer research for 8 years. And then I decided that I can start my own company and innovate new tumor markers for cancer. So I started a company called Monojo, and Monojo stands for monoclonal antibodies in Jordan. The first biotech company for innovative diagnostic and therapeutics. And I was like very courageous to do this. It was not an easy step to do this. But lots of challenges were there waiting for me. The market in the Arab world is not, until now, until today, is not ready for innovation, entrepreneurship, and the growth of businesses to get the businesses internationally. And that's due to different reasons. Some of those is we don't have market structure and dynamics there. We don't have that statistics. If you want to study a market or do a market research, you don't have the numbers. And if you do have the numbers, they are not reliable numbers. So you can be in a very risk situation if you rely on the numbers you found. Still, we don't have access to finance and investors. We don't have VCs. We just started VCs and investors and banks to finance the entrepreneurs in the IT sector. They are growing. We're happy that they are accelerating, but still, it's not for science. And more and more and more reasons which are very challenging. We'll not go through all of it. It's just to make it short for you. For me personally, I faced stereotyping and gender role ideologists. I faced social accessibility to entrepreneurship and career choice as highly influential entrepreneur intentions because I am a female and I came from a Muslim community and I came from a conservative community. So we tend to be teachers, we tend to be nurses, we tend to be housewives, but not entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs means you need to work day and night. You will have sleepless nights. You have to travel anytime, anywhere. You can't ask anybody for permission for anything. You just need to move. It's very risky. You have to be very passionate. You need to connect with everybody to help you and support you to work and to do what you want to do. And with this personality, without this personality, you can't succeed. And this is not how we raise our girls. So this was my challenge, my personal challenge. And many, many more. Like I will tell you just about the second one. It's still until now, and I think it will last more than this. Any woman in the Arab world still need to receive approval from a male, a father, a husband, a brother, a male from the family to travel, to work, and even to study. So this is like really an obstacle. Still, we're working on this, we're improving, we're changing, we're doing really well, but still need more and more and more awareness and leading to this change by example. And I'm doing this. I'm trying to be this person. But I did my PhD in pharmacy and biotechnology. And this is my professor. This is University of Cambridge. And I succeeded in science. I worked on antibodies, but not for cancer and not monoclonal antibodies. Long story short, I started to work on nanobodies from the camel for different purposes and different applications. One of the application was cosmetic industry and gastritis problems. So I innovated the new technology. I named it camel technology, where I'm using the antibodies from the camel as antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory for acne treatment. And for gastric ulcer treatment. I patented the technology in the UK and in the US and in Jordan. And then I started to think of commercialization. And this is the most critical step in the scientist's life, because we're technical people, we're thinking in one way, we're day and night thinking of publication, we're thinking of just collaboration with the other universities and academics, and we can't understand the business world properly because we're putting ourselves in the lab and in the bench. And the chain of innovation, it's not ending by filing a patent or granted a patent. This is for me that was just the start. So to go from being a scientist and a technical person to a businesswoman and entrepreneur, that was a big new challenge. How to overcome this? I needed to discover inside myself if I can do this or not. Do I have this quality of entrepreneur? Do I have a mentor to help me to think business? And I did. So I started to think in a different way, and I changed my career from scientist into entrepreneur. And I created this beautiful thing. It's called SkinU, antibodies from the camel milk after a specific technology and engineering for the camel to treat the acne. I couldn't do this without traveling to the US and start to understand the business environment. So I based myself in an incubator with different kind of entrepreneurs from different sectors, and started to learn how to create a brand, how to choose the colors, how to choose the package, how to choose the font, how to deliver the message, how to talk to the marketing people, how to do the market research to know where to sell, how to put the price. At that time, I had only one thing, the patent and the formula. Even the formula, I had to talk to a formulator to make sure that I am doing a stable formula and effective formula. So it's team, it's collaboration. For me, it's globalization. You need to connect with other people who knows things better than you, more than you, different than you. Made the brand and started branding. And I got that message from the marketing companies and the branding companies in order to sell. Everyone was telling me, Penelope, you have to talk yourself about your brand. You need to be the face of your brand. And I never knew how to do this. I was so incapable to talk about it. I learned it. I took public courses, public speaking courses, marketing courses, joined back the university, did my MBA, and started again branding and marketing and going everywhere talking about the brand, to sell it, license it, produce it, find opportunities to grow. And I did. Today, we have an office in São Paulo. This is in Brazil. We have an office in Miami, but this is in New York, and we produce in France, and this month we started production in the US in Miami. By this, as an Arabic woman, I was highly recognized in every magazine in the Middle East, in the TV shows, and started to get more attention from the investors, and they started to approach me. Before selling the brand, for creating the brand, I talked to every investor in Jordan and out of Jordan. I couldn't get the investment I needed. After showing that we can sell, this is the formula, this is the brand, and the recognition, I got every investor to talk to me. I would say it's the confidence inside of us. And we lack to confidence. I'm talking about Arabs, I'm talking about the region which I belong to. We are not confident of ourselves that we're innovators, we're good scientists, we're good business people. We can make a difference in the world. So I wanted to deliver this message by example, not by talk, by money and by business, not only by publication and science. This is my family. I have 4 kids and 1 boy. My girl Batul here, she's studying fashion design in Italy, in Florence. And my husband here, he's running a textile company. It's his company, and it's one of the biggest in Jordan. This is my involvement in textile, but also I did some work on holographic nanoparticles with my professor in the university, and we coated some of the textiles with that nanoparticles, but it was not my specialty, but I love it and I understand it, so I'm trying to help both of them to innovate in the fashion industry. Thank you very much. Any questions, I'm happy to answer.